Nobody was ready for this. Overnight, hip-hop's most solid couple just got hit with the kind of scandal that flips the entire industry upside down. When Papoose's private tape mysteriously leaked online, fans thought it would just be another messy celebrity moment. But no. That footage didn't just expose him, it cracked open a Pandora's box of secrets Remy Ma has been hiding for years. From hidden luxury mansions to midnight meetings with faces nobody expected. Her entire secret lifestyle is now spilling into the streets, and the whispers are turning into shouts. Social media's on fire, insiders are leaking receipts, and friends-turned-enemies are coming forward with shocking claims. But here's the real question. Was this an accident or a perfectly timed revenge plot? Stay locked in, because what I'm about to tell you will change the way you look at Remy Ma forever. It all started with a single, blurry clip that surfaced. On a random hip-hop gossip page at 2:17 a.m., the video quality wasn't crystal clear, but the voice? Oh, there was no mistaking that deep, distinct Brooklyn tone. It was Papoose. At first, fans assumed it was an old freestyle or a throwaway behind-the-scenes moment. But then the camera shifted, and suddenly, this wasn't a harmless video. This was intimate. Too intimate. The caption under the leak read, "Papoose caught slippin'. Wait till y'all see who's in the room." No tags, no names. Just that sentence and a 30-second teaser that cut off right before the reveal. Within minutes, the post exploded. Theories ran wild. Comment sections turned into war zones. And within an hour, multiple backup accounts were posting the full footage. The full tape? Oh, it was chaos. It didn't just feature Papoose hinted at someone else recording. And in the background, a conversation could be faintly heard. About Remy. Not just any conversation, but one that suggested she was living a double life. Someone in that room mentioned the other house, the deals she never told him about, and something about her little Friday night crew. Fans were stunned. For years, Remy Ma and Papoose had been the blueprint couple for hip-hop loyalty. He famously held her down during her prison sentence. They renewed their vows on TV, and they constantly flaunted their unbreakable bond. But now, for the first time, the image had cracks. By sunrise. Hashtags like #RemyLifestyle, #PapooseTape, and #DoubleLifeRemy were trending nationwide. Major gossip outlets picked it up, not just because of the leak, but because the whispers about Remy's secret lifestyle had suddenly gone from harmless rumors to something dangerously concrete. An insider, speaking exclusively to an underground hip-hop podcast, claimed they had known about Remy's side life for years. "She keeps it tight," the source said. "Their voice distorted to hide identity. But she's got a whole other world outside what she shows Pap. You think she's just in the studio or at home? Nah, she's got her own network, her own people, and her own rules." By the afternoon, leaked screenshots of text messages allegedly from Remy started to circulate. In them, she was seen discussing private meets with someone saved in her phone under a code name. One message even read, "Keep the car out front, don't want the neighbors talking." Of course, skeptics claimed the messages were fake. But others pointed out the timestamps, locations, and even little details that matched known parts of her schedule. Meanwhile, Papoose was silent. No Instagram stories, no tweets, nothing. And that silence. It only made things worse, because when Pap is mad or hurt, he's usually the first to post a cryptic lyric or a chessboard emoji. This time, nothing. Fans began speculating that the leak wasn't an accident at all, but an intentional move, possibly from Pap himself. By day 2, the story took another sharp turn. A former stylist who had worked with Remy for 3 years came forward. In a now viral TikTok, she said, "Y'all don't even know the half. Remy's got 2 lives. The one you see. That's all family-friendly and boss moves. The other one, that's fast cars, VIP lounges, and people she would never be seen with in public. She claimed she once delivered an outfit to a high-rise penthouse in downtown Manhattan, where Remy was hosting a closed-door event for what the stylist called a very select crowd. She refused to say more, but the implication was enough. The more people dug, the more strange coincidences appeared. Photos from Remy's Instagram were now being re-examined: her outfits, her locations, even the background details. Fans swore. They spotted the same luxury penthouse in at least 3 different posts over the last 2 years. Yet she'd never tagged the location. Then came the footage. Oh yes, someone uploaded a grainy late-night clip from what looked like a hidden phone camera. It showed Remy stepping out of a black SUV, dressed down but clearly trying not to be recognized, hood up, sunglasses on, moving fast. She walked into a building that matched the penthouse location the stylist had described. Seconds later, 2 men in designer suits followed her in. By this point, the narrative had split into 2 camps. The defenders, who claimed this was just paparazzi-level invasion of privacy, and that Remy deserved the benefit of the doubt. The who insisted this was proof she'd been hiding a secret high-roller lifestyle from Pap all along. And then, because the internet is ruthless, someone leaked an audio file, 38 seconds long, allegedly from the same penthouse night. It featured Remy laughing with someone and saying, "Pap don't need to know everything. I built this life for me, not for show." The reaction was nuclear. Memes flooded Twitter. Instagram gossip pages did side-by-side comparisons of her public persona versus this newly uncovered private one. TikTok edits played the leaked audio over glamorous clips of Remy in designer fits, with captions like, "Now it all makes sense." But in the midst of all this noise, a bigger question started to surface. If this was true, how long had Papoose known? Was the leak his way of finally exposing her? Or was someone else, maybe an enemy in the industry, pulling the strings? That's when one more twist dropped: an anonymous DM sent to a gossip page, claiming they had direct proof that Pap had been sitting on the tape for over 6 months. The message read, "Pap knew. It's been playing chess, not checkers." This wasn't an accident, it was a warning. By the time the sun set, it was no longer just about a leaked tape. This had turned into a full-blown hip-hop soap opera, and everybody wanted answers. Was Remy living a double life out of boredom, ambition, or something darker? And if Pap really leaked it, what was his endgame? By the morning after the initial explosion, this was no longer a simple celebrity scandal. It was an unstoppable wildfire. Major blogs, mainstream news sites, and even radio hosts were debating what the Papoose tape really meant. But it wasn't the tape itself that kept fueling the fire. It was the leaks that followed at exactly 9:13 a.m. A mysterious Twitter account named @PenthouseWitness appeared out of nowhere. No followers, no posts. Until they dropped a single video. It was shaky phone footage from inside what looked like a lavish rooftop lounge, the kind with dim red lighting, champagne bottles on ice, and plush leather couches. The camera panned slowly across the room before stopping on a woman sitting in the far corner, laughing and sipping from a crystal glass. Her face wasn't perfectly clear, but that voice, unmistakable. It was Remy Ma. The caption simply read, "This was 3 months ago. Ask Pap if he was there." Within minutes, @PenthouseWitness posted again, this time a screenshot of what appeared to be a Zelle transfer receipt showing $25,000 sent from a Reminisce M to an account labeled "Only Event Concierge." The date matched the rumored night of the rooftop party. Fans went insane. Was this payment for a private event, a payoff, or something else entirely? Gossip bloggers were frothing at the mouth, speculating that this was part of a network of exclusive underground gatherings Remy had been running or attending without Papoose's knowledge. Things only got wilder when an industry insider, A man known only as Rico, who had done security for multiple rap artists, went live on Instagram and dropped the most jaw-dropping claim yet. "Listen, I ain't trying to start no war," he began, pacing in front of a dark curtain. "But y'all need to understand, Remy's not just out here for the music. She's got connections, big ones. She's moving in circles Pap don't even know about. I've seen her at tables with label execs." Then came the receipts that broke Instagram. An anonymous tip sent to the Shade Room contained photos of Remy boarding a private jet in Miami. Not unusual for a star. But here's the kicker. She wasn't alone. The man walking beside her wasn't Papoose. He was a known nightlife mogul from Atlanta with a history of hosting risk celebrity gatherings. The two were seen laughing, hands brushing, and stepping into the jet together. Remy's camp stayed silent, but that silence was killing her. Every hour she didn't respond, the rumors grew bigger. Influencers began calling her out directly in videos, with one saying, "Sis, you built your brand on loyalty, and now we're seeing this. You owe your fans the truth." Meanwhile, Papoose was finally showing signs of movement, subtle ones. He liked a cryptic post from battle rapper Loaded Lux that read, "Sometimes the only way to win is to flip the board over." Fans immediately connected the dots, assuming this was Pap hinting that he had blown up the image of their relationship on purpose. And then, BOOM, another bombshell dropped. The anonymous at Penthouse witness account returned, this time with audio from the leaked tape that hadn't been released before. In this clip, Papoose's voice could be heard faintly in the background. "Speaking to someone, I told her I'd never air her out, but she left me no choice. The internet lost its mind." This was the first solid piece of evidence that Pap himself might have been behind the leak. If true, it meant this wasn't an accident, it was an execution. This revelation split the audience yet again. Half were furious at Papoose for airing out private matters, saying it was low and messy. The other half praised him, claiming he'd finally taken off the gloves after years of being too respectful. But the story still wasn't over. Because just as everyone was arguing about who leaked what, a new player entered the chat. A former friend of Remy's, someone she'd unfollowed years ago, posted a scathing Instagram story. "Y'all think you know Remy. You don't. I've been in those penthouses. I've seen the guest list. And trust me, there's a reason Pap looks the other way. Until now." She went on to claim that Remy's secret lifestyle wasn't about cheating, it was about power. The alleged truth: Remy had been hosting exclusive invite-only meetings with industry insiders to make deals that didn't involve Papoose at all. Deals that, if exposed, could shake up more than just her marriage. By the end of the day, one final piece of evidence hit the timeline: a 15-second surveillance clip from inside a high-end jewelry store. In it, Remy is seen laughing with the same Atlanta nightlife mogul from the jet video, trying on a diamond bracelet worth over $80,000. The date? Just 2 weeks before the tape leak. The gossip blogs framed it as Remy splurging on secret gifts, while Pap's at home. Her defenders argued it could have been a business meeting. But at this point, the truth almost didn't matter. The perception was locked in. The combination of Pap's cryptic moves, app and house witnesses' steady stream of leaks, and ex-friends popping up with half-stories had turned this into the biggest hip-hop relationship scandal of the year. And just when it felt like the dust might settle, another rumor began circulating. A rumor that the next leak wouldn't just be about Remy's nightlife or hidden penthouses. No. According to whispers, the next piece of evidence would reveal a betrayal so personal, so explosive, that it could end more than just her marriage by now. The hip-hop world was watching like it was the season finale of a reality show. Every platform had its own theory. Every source had their own version of events. And every fan was dissecting the smallest detail like it was a crime scene clue. But nobody, and I mean nobody, was ready for the next leak. At 8:45 p.m., at Penthouse witness struck again. No shaky phone video this time, no hidden audio. This was crystal clear, high-definition footage, taken from what looked like a luxury hotel suite's security camera. In the clip, Remy Ma was seated on a plush white couch, wearing an oversized hoodie and leggings, her hair tied back, looking comfortable, too comfortable. Sitting beside her was not the Atlanta nightlife mogul this time, but someone far more shocking, a close mutual friend of hers and Papoose's, a man who had been in their home on multiple occasions, even appearing in family pictures. The two were laughing, leaning in close, their knees touching. At one point, Remy reached out and playfully touched his cheek. It wasn't full-on romantic, but the intimacy was undeniable. The timestamp in the corner read just 6 weeks before the Papoose tape leaked. The internet went nuclear. This wasn't about secret penthouses, private jets, or underground events anymore. This was personal. Fans immediately recognized the man as Tone, a music producer who had been in Pap's circle for over a decade. He'd helped Pap with studio sessions, been a guest at their anniversary party, and was even rumored to be a godparent to one of their kids. Within minutes, hashtags like #Remy and Tone and #FriendBetrayal started trending. People were furious not just at the potential romantic implications, but at the sheer disrespect of crossing that line with someone so close to the family. Papoose still hadn't spoken publicly, but his next move told everyone exactly how he felt. Just 2 hours after the video dropped, Pap posted a black and white photo of a chessboard, flipped upside down, pieces scattered everywhere. The caption, "When the rules change, so does the game." That one post got over 1 million likes in under an hour, with the comment section flooded by fans begging him to speak his truth and drop the whole story. Then, in a move nobody expected, Tone himself went live on Instagram. The live was a mess from the start. Hundreds of thousands of viewers flooding the chat, comments flying so fast they were unreadable. Tone looked nervous, pacing his living room, scratching his head. He kept saying, "Y'all don't understand it. Ain't what it looks like." But every time he tried to explain, the comments exploded with "liar" and "show the receipts." Finally, after 15 chaotic minutes, Tone dropped a bombshell. If Pap really wants to tell the truth, he'll admit this ain't about me and Remy. This is about a deal gone bad, a deal worth millions, and the fact that I didn't take his side. The live ended abruptly, leaving more questions than answers. What deal? Who else was involved? And why was Pap's marriage now tangled up in some kind of business betrayal? Meanwhile, Remy's silence was deafening. Her Instagram stories showed nothing but old performance clips and promotional posts for her upcoming show, as if the internet wasn't tearing her life apart in real time. But behind the scenes, more insiders were crawling out of the woodwork, each with their own exclusive tea. One anonymous DM sent to Hollywood Unlocked claimed that the real reason Pap leaked the tape was because he discovered Remy had secretly invested in a rival label, the same label that had been poaching artists from Pap's network. If true, this wasn't just a marital betrayal, it was a professional one. And it could explain why Tone, a producer, was suddenly in the CRO's SHAIRs. By day 4, the situation hit its emotional peak. Pap was spotted in public for the first time since the leak, leaving a recording studio in Brooklyn, wearing a hoodie pulled low over his face. Pap's usually cool, composed demeanor was gone. Cameras caught his jaw clenched, eyes bloodshot, and when a reporter shouted, "Pap, are you leaving Remy?" he simply shook his head and said, "Y'all about to see everything for yourselves." That statement sent shockwaves through the fandom. What did he mean by "see everything"? Was he about to drop his own receipts? Release more footage? Or was this building up to some kind of televised confrontation? Hours later, a new countdown timer appeared on Papoose's Instagram profile, no caption, Just 48 hours, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds, ticking down in bold white numbers over a black background. The internet went into full detective mode. Some thought it was for a diss track aimed at Remy and Tone. Others believed it was a teaser for a Talal interview. A few conspiracy theorists even claimed it was leading up to him releasing the full, unedited tape that started all of this. As the clock ticked down, tensions between fans of the couple reached a breaking point. Twitter spaces were filled with heated debates, some defending Remy as being framed in a smear campaign. Others convinced she'd played Pap for years, and then, just when it seemed like things couldn't get any wilder, another leak hit the web. But this one didn't come from a penthouse witness. It was an anonymous email sent to multiple major outlets, containing a short, heavily watermarked clip of what appeared to be Papoose himself, sitting across from an unidentified man in a dimly lit restaurant. The audio was muffled, but one phrase came through crystal clear. "We're gonna burn her whole empire down." Theories exploded. Was Pap plotting revenge with someone behind? By the final hours of the countdown, the hype was unbearable. Every social media platform had Pap versus Remy trending. DJs were debating it on air. Even celebrities began chiming in. Fat Joe posted a cryptic prayer hands emoji. Cardi B liked a shady tweet about knowing when to walk away, and 50 Cent. Well, 50 posted a meme of Pap's chessboard with the caption, "Checkmate." Then, with just 4 hours left on the timer, something happened that nobody saw coming. Remy Ma broke her silence. She posted a single Instagram story. No words, no music, just a close-up video of her hand holding a folded piece of paper. She slowly opened it to reveal a printed screenshot of the same countdown clock from Papoose's page, and written across it, in bold red marker, were the words, "I'm ready too." The internet froze. Whatever was coming in those last 4 hours wasn't going to be a one-sided reveal. Pap wasn't the only one holding cards, and Remy was about to play hers. The stage was set for a confrontation that could expose not just their marriage, but the hidden power games of the entire hip-hop industry. The only question left: who was going to pull the bigger trigger? And there you have it. The truth is no longer just whispered in the shadows. The leaks, the betrayal, the power plays. We've peeled back the curtain and exposed a side of Remy Ma and Papoose's world that nobody thought we'd ever see. But let's be real, this isn't the end. Not even close. That countdown clock is still ticking, and now Remy has made it clear she's about to fire back. Whatever she's holding in her arsenal, it could be just as devastating, maybe even more than anything we've seen so far. And with both of them ready to go public, we might be looking at one of the most explosive, no-holds-barred confrontations in hip-hop history. So here's the question: who's going to walk away from this with their reputation intact? Is Papoose about to drop the final blow that ends Remy's career? Or will Remy flip the script and make the world see Pap in a way we never imagined? I want you to tell me in the comments right now, are you Team Pap, Team Remy, or do you think they're both playing dirty in a game we barely understand? I'll be reading every single response, and trust me, some of your takes might even make it into our next video. And don't forget, this is only part 1 of the storm. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay locked in, because when that countdown hits 0, you're going to want to be here for every second of the fallout. The game is in motion, and the next move might just change everything.